6:49 right now, time for the morning rush. A Bernalillo County Sheriff's deputy is on administrative leave this morning, accused of domestic violence and drunk driving. According to a criminal complaint, Rio Rancho police say that they found off-duty BCSO deputy Daniel Vasquez Moreno had been fighting with his girlfriend, and when they tried to stop him from leaving, he took off in his car. Documents say that Vasquez Moreno tested twice the legal limit when he was stopped. State leaders expressed their condolences for a Las Cruces police officer who was killed in the line of duty. Las Cruces police say that Officer Jonah Hernandez was responding to a trespassing call on Sunday. That was when the suspect, a 29-year-old man, stabbed him. Hernandez died at the hospital. The officers' union has now set up a GoFundMe to help the family. APD investigators are looking into the death of a toddler in northeast Albuquerque. Police responded to the Arroyo Vista apartments. That was just before 2 yesterday afternoon. This comes after getting a call about a non-responsive child. And when they got to the scene, officers confirmed the toddler had died, but the Crimes Against Children unit is now taking over that investigation. Zoe.
We're looking at a much drier and even warmer day of weather ahead of us. Temperatures will continue to climb today, tomorrow, and into Thursday. It's all ahead of a slight cool down into the early parts of the weekend.
Some Albuquerque business owners are cleaning up this morning after being targeted by vandals. The Birds of a Feather Parrot Pantry says they had just opened their new shop off San Pedro near Manal last month, and it's already been vandalized. Their surveillance video catching a man in a black hoodie throwing rocks and shattering the window panels. That was on February the 3rd. The store manager says that a couple of neighboring businesses were also vandalized that same weekend. The first of the governor's priority gun bills to clear both the House and Senate are now heading on back to her desk. The bill would create a 7-day waiting period in order to buy a gun. The lawmakers have added groups who would not be subject to the waiting period. That's including anyone with a concealed carry permit or a federal firearms license, along with anyone who transfers ownership of a gun to an immediate family member. Zoe.
Our Metro Threat Index for today is barely anything. It probably should be a 0 or a 1, as there's really no weather issues today. It's going to be drier, it's going to be warmer, and it's going to remain quiet throughout the rest of the week.
With ski season in full swing, New Mexico doctors are looking into a new method to see if ski equipment designed to prevent serious ACL injuries actually works or not. UNM researchers are using ski equipment as well as cadaver limbs to try and recreate the ACL injury similar to what they see this time of year. Researchers say that they hope to be testing those bindings that claim to prevent the ACL injuries sometime in the next 6 months. Military moms and soon-to-be mothers stationed here in New Mexico, they got the chance to celebrate their pregnancies at the pit. The Lobos Operation Shower and PepsiCo hosted the group baby shower, giving expectant mothers baby necessities. Now, this year's event was themed Desert Love, and all the baby goodies were given away that were donated by companies like PepsiCo, Mud Pie, and Diaper Genie. Zoe.
Now let's get a look at that morning drive. We do have an accident at Central just west of Eubank. Be sure to avoid the area. Use alternate routes. Here's a look at the Big I. Things definitely picking up for your early Tuesday morning commute.
One resident at the Cincinnati Zoo is feeling the groove these days. Footage captured by zookeepers at the zoo shows an ostrich spinning around in its habitat, dancing like no one's watching. And that video also shows the large bird doing a few ballet-type twirls before dashing off into its enclosure.
Time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, with ski season in full swing, New Mexico doctors are looking to see if ski equipment designed to prevent serious ACL injuries actually works. State doctors say ACL tears are one of the most common injuries they treat on the ski slopes. Now, UNM researchers are using ski equipment and cadaver limbs to try and recreate the ACL injury. Researchers say they hope to be testing medical bindings that claim to prevent ACL injuries in the next 6 months.
At number 4, registration is now open for the Albuquerque Biopark's spring break camps. This is the first year that the biopark is offering options for kindergarten and first grade students, in addition to the usual 2nd through 6th graders. Camp starts in late March for K through 1st grade and early April for 2nd through 6th.
And at number 3, we're looking at a much drier and warmer week of weather ahead of us, especially compared to the very active winter week we saw last week. It's going to feel more like a sneak peek of spring this week. Get out and enjoy all of the sunshine while it lasts.
At number 2, the first of the governor's priority gun bills to clear both the House and Senate is heading to her desk. The bill would create a 7-day waiting period in order to buy a gun and has bounced back and forth between the House and the Senate in recent days. In the Senate, the latest changes added groups who would not be subject to the waiting period. Those include anyone with a concealed carry permit or a federal firearms license. That's also in addition to the exemption for someone who transfers ownership of a gun to an immediate family member. Sponsors have said that the goal is to provide a cooling off period. It's for people who may be buying guns to harm themselves or others.
And at number 1, a Bernalillo County deputy is on administrative leave this morning, accused of domestic violence and drunk driving. According to a criminal complaint, Rio Rancho police were called to a home near Golf Course in Westside for a domestic dispute. Officers say they found off-duty BCSO deputy Daniel Vasquez Moreno, who had been fighting with his girlfriend, and when they tried to stop him from leaving, he took off in his car. He was pulled over, and documents say Vasquez Moreno appeared impaired and smelled of alcohol during that stop, and when sobriety tested was twice the legal limit. He's now charged with battery against a household member and aggravated DWI.